Today's headlines: Palace rules out reenacted national budget. PDP Laban never considered Sara substitution. COVID-19 cases in the country at 2,735,369. DOE seeks power to suspend oil excise tax. Mindanao Railway construction to start in 2022. And Philippines stocks up on U.S. earnings reports. Good evening. Today is Wednesday, October 20, 2021. I'm Miguel Pao Tagonan and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. The Philippine government will not operate on a reenacted budget in 2022, Malacanang said Wednesday, even after President Rodrigo Duterte threatened to withhold the disbursement of funds amid an ongoing spat with some senators. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that members of the Congress want it passed on time because they are running for re-election and others for higher office and cannot take the adverse public opinion if they choose politicking and not pass a COVID-19 related budget. The Duterte administration proposed a budget of 5.024 trillion pesos for next year. The Senate is currently deliberating the proposed 2022 national budget while the House of Representatives passed its own version on September 30. In his weekly address to the nation on Tuesday, Duterte accused lawmakers of trying to paralyze government with decreased allocations after he recently barred officials from attending the Senate investigation into the COVID-19 expenditures of the government. PDP Laban President and Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi on Wednesday said they never considered Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte's substitution for their standard bearer, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa said. Cusi stressed that they never considered the issue because the Davao City Mayor's statement was very clear that she will not run under PDP Laban's slate. The Energy Secretary, however, said anything is possible at this time when asked if they are looking for another candidate for the country's top post. He said De La Rosa was fielded because their original plan for a Go Duterte tandem was not realized, and when asked whether PDP Laban is making an effort to talk with other candidates, Cusi said it's the other way around. The Department of Health reported 3,656 confirmed COVID-19 cases on Monday to bring the total number of infected in the country to 2,735,369, even as two laboratories failed to submit data on time. This brought the active cases to 67,061, and of the total, 77.9% are mild, 6.8% are asymptomatic, 8.69% are moderate, 4.6% are severe, and 2.0% are in critical condition. The number of recoveries, on the other hand, rose to 2,627,331 after 228 patients recovered from the deadly disease. The death toll is now at 40,977 with 5 fatalities recorded. Data also show that intensive care unit beds for COVID-19 patients nationwide remain at high risk, with 59% of the total 4,300 ICU beds in use. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage. Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
In other news, the Department of Energy is seeking Congress' help to grant the agency an authority to suspend excise tax on fuel amid the continued rise in oil prices. Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi said his department is discussing with the Department of Finance the possibility to suspend excise tax for the meantime. However, Cusi said this cannot be done through an executive order by the president. Thus, a new legislation is needed, and he estimated that suspending excise tax can lower pump prices by around 8 to 10 pesos per liter. The Tax Reform for Acceleration and Inclusion, or TRAIN law, increased excise tax on fuel in 3 tranches from 2018 to 2020, bringing the total duties to 10 pesos per liter for gasoline, 6 pesos per liter for diesel, and 5 pesos per liter for kerosene at present. Similarly, the TRAIN law has a provision of suspending the scheduled increase in the excise tax when the average Dubai crude oil for 3 months prior to the scheduled increase reaches $80 per barrel. The Department of Transportation is looking to start construction of the 100-kilometer Tagum-Davao-Digos segment of the Mindanao Railway project in the second quarter of 2022. Citing the agency's indicative timeline, Transportation Assistant Secretary Amart Ehe said that detailed engineering design for the Tagum-Davao-Digos segment of the railway project is slated from the first quarter of 2022 to the third quarter of 2022. The contract was awarded to the Consortium of China Railway Design Corp. And Guangzhou Wanan Construction Supervision Company. Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade and China Railway Design Corp. Representative Wei Donggu led the signing of the said contract. And in business, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index closed higher Wednesday as investors bet on positive earnings reports of listed firms in the United States, while the peso ended sideways against the greenback. The local barometer went up by 30.77 points or 0.42% to 7,297.08 at the closing bell. The broader all shares inched up by 14.84 points or 0.33% to 4,466.24. Regina Capital Development Corporation's head of sales, Luis Limlingan, partly attributed the rise of the local bourse main index to investors taking notice of the strong earnings reports in the U.S. Volume reached 1.34 billion shares, amounting to 9.44 billion pesos. Advancers led decliners at 106 to 80, while 52 shares were unchanged. Meanwhile, the local currency finished the trade at 50.79 to US dollars, sideways from its 50.72 close on Tuesday. That wraps up the stories tonight. Before we go, I would like to thank the SM Store, Araneta City, Department of Tourism and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of the Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Miguel Pautagonon and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night and God bless us all.
Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelevelo, Comfy Manalo, Atty. Lia Badillo Crisostomo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Jerk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa. Simulan natin ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments ng aming programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magkita-kita po tayo mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga at magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising na!
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its Viber community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tarsito are available on our community Viber.